Welcome, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. This is Skag the Bones with another review video for you today. We're looking at some road bike shoes. So today we're going to be looking at the Garneau's, Louis Garneau's LS-100s. Louis Garneau LS-100s. So got a couple pairs here, one in whites and one in blacks. Are pretty much both the same, but I want to show you the two different colors they got. One of them, I got both out here to show one thing. These, as you can see, I don't have the two-hole mounting bracket right there, but these do come with this piece. I took that piece out in these shoes because they rattled quite a bit. These I was using for mountain biking, but you can use them for mountain bike cleats. So they have the 3-hole pattern and they have the 2-hole pattern. Of course, they have these markings on them, which are very accurate for a lot of shoes. Extremely accurate. They are both in the exact same spot on these shoes, as you can tell by the venting. One thing to note on these shoes, they have a very large vented ports. So you can see there. You can see here and here. The one drawback is you cannot take off the pads. Once these pads are worn out, they are worn out. Now they are a nylon bottom shoe, but as you can see, they are extremely stiff. I cannot bend them at all. So they're about as stiff as some of the least stiff carbon fiber. So when you're getting these, they're going to be as stiff as some of the less expensive $160 carbon fiber shoes that you're going to be getting. One of the reasons that these run at the $160 range, and I'll show you, is because of the Boa Closure System. So they got the single Boa Closure System for the middle and the top, and then they have a single strap here for the bottom. Comes out, but I tend to not really, I just leave that one spot. It's just for your toe area. You really don't probably need to tighten it down that far. Okay. The Boa Closure System, very simple. You just pop out like so. As you can see there, pop in, locks in, pop out, and then you can actually pull on this piece to quickly pull it out. You can pull up. The tongue is attached in there, and it is, as you can see, it's quite thick. Got a little gum and junk in there, looks like. So it's very thick, padded. It's vented. There are holes in there. You can also see, I took the inserts out of these so you can see where the mesh is. So the mesh comes in all the way, goes all the way through the shoe. You can see I've kind of beat these up a little bit. So I've been riding these quite a bit, using these quite a bit. Now, one thing that I don't like on these is the heel cup area. It just is not as good as, like, say, the Bontraggers, which I plan to do a review for you. Those are my standard road shoes. I have used these for road and for mountain biking. It does, I mean, it does retain your heel in there, but it's not as stiff as a lot of the other shoes. But one thing on their behalf is they're extremely vented. They do have these markings here, which in the dark, they're reflectors. You also got them on the toe here. Extremely vented, extremely good weight, and of course you got your Boa Closure System. So as you can see here, bam, just tightens up like that. One thing you'll notice with these, they got the clear for the whites. They got the clear wire mesh Boa Closure System. Okay, and then I'll show you on your black ones. They have black coating. Okay, so black ones work pretty much the same. They're just going to pull out just like that. They're the same as far as the insides are concerned. Still very heavy pad. I do like the black ones a little bit better. They tend to look a little bit better when they get scuffed up and stuff, as you can see here on the tips. I've worn them quite a bit. So they have got scuffed up, and like I said, you can't replace the heel and the toe pads, so you kind of got to be very careful. But they do work very well. They're very stiff, probably the stiffest shoe you're going to get in this price range without going into carbon fiber. The black one, for some reason the heel cup seems a little bit stiffer on this one. This says HRS 90. I don't know if that's a heel retention system that they're using, whatever. But standard Boa Closure System. You have your size on the inside there. As you can see there, these are 12 US, sorry, 12.5. And this is to show you, kind of give you an idea. Louis Garneau runs smaller. So these sell you 12.5, 11.5 UK, European size 4.46. Now, here's the thing. I found on European sizes, I always wear 46. Almost always wear 46. And in American size, that would be 11s or 11.5. But these call them 12.5 US, which there's no way these are 12.5 size shoes as tight as they are, unless I don't know. They just are very small. These, I'll show you. And this is just to be aware of when you buy Louis Garneau's. They're very European in sizing. These are 45, which puts an 11.5 US size and 10.5 UK size. And these don't hardly fit me at all. They're very tight in the toe. They're actually too tight in the toe on the one side. I believe it's this other side. I believe it's this side here. So one quick thing, and I left this part in so that I could show you. If you want to take them out and have them like these, so I didn't want them rattling around. So I can rattle around. No, they're not going to rattle around. They're going to make me out to be a liar. See, hear that? That's those rattling around. That's what it sounds like when you're on your bike and you're pedaling around. You're going to hear that click, 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 click. So it's annoying. So what I did is I took out the insole. By the way, all sets of your Louis Garneau's will come with 2 sets of insoles. They'll come with this Cool Stuff Ergo Air, which is pretty much a standard insole, but it's got this Cool Max. It's this material that Louis Garneau came up with called the Cool Max. Cool Stuff material. And what happens is when your sweat hits it, it turns it into a refrigerant. And it kind of sounds gimmicky until I was using these. I've been using these in Guam, and I will tell you what, it's no joke. I've thought about taking these out and putting them in my Bontrager shoes. The only difference is these are so vented that it's just 100% different than my Bontrager shoes. So these are a lot cooler riding in than my Bontragers, but in Guam I'm looking more for stiffness, so for road biking I use my carbon sole shoes. So if I got these in carbon sole, I've been thinking about getting a pair in carbon sole, and they have some with the actual heel retention system and everything, and I'm going to look into those and see if maybe those are better. But you get these Cool Max, you also get these Ergo Air Hot Stuff. As you can see here, which are for cool climates. So when it gets cold, wear these. But I'm in Guam right now, so absolutely no reason for me to wear these right now. So I got those. So, and they're a little thicker too. They don't have, if you notice, they don't have any ventilation through them. That's the big thing. These have ventilation all through it, and they are finely punched out. They go right into the Cool Max material here, and they absolutely, I'm not joking, these things work like a dream. So it's well worth it. You can get these inserts for any shoe from Louis Garneau. So you can use these on anything. So I really do. I actually have a pair from here out, and that's what I use. So if you want to, I'll show you this real quick. If you want to take this piece out, all you have to do with these, and it's pretty simple. You go inside the shoe, and I don't know if you can see where this little piece of tape is. right there. What you have to do is you actually have to cut. You got to take an X-Acto knife to the material and you have to kind of cut it. And as you can see there, how I cut it away. What I did is I cut it away. There's going to be some foam under there, and you want to put that foam back in it. Only because if you don't, you'll have this big. What's going to happen is this piece down in here, the insole, the sole itself will actually push down into the open space there. So. So that's what you want to do. You want to make sure that that is still. Let me see here if I can get that back out. 1 second here, folks. Yeah, so you want to make sure that that piece of foam is still inside there because that will actually that'll keep it back up. Experiencing technical difficulty, please stand by. There we go. Push from the bottom, I always forget. So then you take this piece, take the piece of foam, shove it back in there, and you'll actually have a pretty good platform, even though that piece of metal is not in there. Yep, got it all the way in. Now one thing you could probably do is you could probably pull the tongue out. Probably come out pretty easily. Nope, you can't pull the tongue out, I forgot. So you want to get that back in there, and then it's going to be on both shoes. So kind of get the foam back in there. Like so. As you can see, the foam is back under there. The foam is in there. It doesn't matter what it looks like, just so as long as it's covering where because your foot's going to push on that area, and the last thing you want really is a non-stable footbed. So once again, now it's probably not that big of a deal because you will have your insoles in there. Sorry. Put my insole back. So you can take your insoles, put them back in there. Your insoles, put them back in. So that's it, folks. That is your Louis Garneau LS-100s. The Boa dial system. Okay, now they make a LS-100 carbon, which has carbon fiber soles. The only problem is they don't have the heel retention system is going to be the same as these. And I don't think you can replace these heel and toe pads. But I'm almost positive Louis Garneau does make a pair that you can. So if that's what you really want, if you want something with carbon fiber, or you want something with a replaceable heel retention pad, Louis Garneau has different lines of shoes, caliber shoes with the Boa dial system like this. So go ahead and look into them. These are a great shoe. They got great padding in here. As you can see, side padding is really good. Quite a bit of padding. They fit really comfortably, really tight without not over tightening your shoe. The nice thing is with the Boa retention system, and the tongue is actually quite stiff. As you can see here on these, I was saying they're soft, but they're also very stiff. So as you can see there, it's kind of hard for me to bend. The tongue is quite a stiff material on the top there, so that when the Boa retention system comes down, it doesn't put any pressure at the top of your foot. It puts it all on that tongue that is quite padded, and like I said, it stays in place really well. This black pair have this nice plastic tab here that holds the Boa dial system in place. These, it just goes through the tongue. That doesn't really matter, just as long as it's. Nice thing is with the Boa dial, you can replace parts on these. You can pull these apart. They got a little Allen in there. Or no, sorry, a little star key in there. And you can actually replace parts and order parts on the Boa dial system. So Once again, great set of shoes. I really like them. They work really well. Really recommend them to you if you're looking for a inexpensive pair of bow dial system road shoes. So once again, if you got comments, leave them in the comment section below. And this is Skaggly Bones out. Make sure you subscribe, folks, and have a nice day.